House Oversight and Accountability Committee Chair James Comer wrote a letter demanding records and communications between Hunter Biden, his father, and his uncle James Biden concerning a list of more than 10 dozen people and companies dating back to 2009. The letter read, in part, the Committee on Oversight and Accountability is investigating President Biden's connections to certain international and domestic business transactions and practices, including you and your associates who peddled influence to generate millions of dollars for the Biden family. The evidence shows that you engaged in foreign business deals with individuals who were connected to the Chinese Communist Party and received significant amounts of money from foreign companies without providing any known legitimate services. You and your associates' financial conduct raises significant ethics and national security concerns. The Kentucky Republican sent similar letters to James Biden and Hunter Biden's business partner, Eric Schwerin. The House held its first of several hearings on political bias within the federal government today.
November 18th, 2021, an FBI whistleblower discloses to Republicans on the House Judiciary that the FBI created a threat tag for parents voicing their concerns at school board meetings. April 26, 2022, another FBI whistleblower discloses that the FBI employees are being run out of the Bureau for attending conservative political events.
One of the witnesses was former FBI Special Agent Nicole Parker.
Over the course of my 12-plus years, the FBI's trajectory has transformed. On Bureau, the Bureau's mission remained the same, but its priorities and governing principles shifted dramatically. The FBI became politically weaponized, starting from the top in Washington and trickling down to the field offices. Although FBI employees have their First Amendment rights, they are not at the liberty to allow their personal political views or preferences to determine their course of action or inaction.
Nicole Parker says she resigned from the Bureau less than 4 months ago. Intelligence officials have revealed there were 2 spy balloons during the Biden administration and 3 under Donald Trump, initially reported as UFOs.
Subsequent analysis determined that objects that had traversed over the United States, although not for the duration of this 5th balloon, were ultimately determined to be PRC surveillance balloons.
Recently declassified intelligence reports show 163 sightings of balloon-like objects between March of 2021 and August of 2022. Deputy Secretary of State Wendy Sherman briefed diplomats from 40 embassies Monday and Tuesday on the findings from the Chinese spy balloon after it was shot down. Some members of Congress are receiving a top-secret classified briefing today. Fior?
Let's bring in the manager of publication operations for the westernjournal.com, Joey Chester. Welcome to Victory News, Joey.
Thank you for having me.
The Western Journal has been covering these hearings on Capitol Hill. How would you assess the session with the former Twitter executive so far?
Well, I think it's great that the GOP is getting to grill these executives. I mean, look, these people thought that they would get away with what they did, but the GOP is not letting that happen.
I'm going to ask you about the Hunter Biden laptop in just a moment, but let's get this first. Joe Biden does an interview with PBS, and when asked about classified documents, he blames his staffers. He said this, quote, "As they packed up my offices to move them, they didn't do the kind of job they should have done." I don't like people who throw their staff under the bus there. What do you think, Joey?
It's a lame excuse, but it's a classic Joe Biden excuse. We've seen time and time again that Joe Biden takes responsibility for nothing. And I find it hard to believe that some staffers took classified documents into Joe Biden's garage, threw them in a box next to his Corvette, and then Hunter Biden got access to that garage with those documents in it. I just don't buy Joe Biden's excuses, and I think it's really weak. But again, it's typical of what we've seen in the Biden presidency.
Now, the Western Journal is reporting the cost of insurance and airline travel is increasing. Compliments of Joe Biden. Could you fill us in?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is a great premium content piece over at Western Journal. If you watched Joe Biden's State of the Union, you saw him promote a policy that sounds really nice, the words sound nice, banning junk fees. But like so many of Biden's policies, the policy doesn't actually do the thing that he thinks it's going to do. So basically, the banning of junk fees would make airlines be forced to reimburse the cost of canceled or delayed flights. So this would make airlines simply charge more from those flights up front, and us consumers, we'd pay more out of our pockets. So, this is typical of Joe Biden. We, the American people, end up paying more for his policies.
Sometimes I wish he wouldn't try to help us. All right, not everybody is happy with all the hearings. AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, let her thoughts be made known about those hearings on Capitol Hill. Listen to this.
But instead, we're talking about Hunter Biden's half-fake laptop story. I mean, this is an embarrassment.
And, okay, so do you think we could get her to explain, she said half fake, could we get her to explain which half of Hunter Biden's laptop is fake and which is real in her opinion?
I'd love to know what part is half fake. I mean, from everything we know, Hunter Biden has even admitted that the laptop is his at this point. So I don't know where AOC is pulling this half fake thing from, but I'd love to know.